Okay, everybody. Paulino, you should start to see my screen. You want to just confirm that it looks okay?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, great. Let me just go through my couple of slides here, and then we will get her turned over to you guys here in just a second. Welcome to Webinar Wednesday today. Looks like we got a nice big crowd. Today we're talking a little bit about the Bright Isle mobile app, and Paulino and Janet and a few people from Media Solutions Corporation will be doing the brunt of the presentation today. I'll be the moderator. I'll be helping with questions. And my next slide here, this is just kind of always our introductory slide whenever we do webinars, but it just tells you, if you look at the little black arrows there, how you can interact today if you do have questions. The first one is just illustrating that you can raise your hand and I will call on you and we'll unmute your line so that you can ask the question to the group. And the second one is so that you can just type in a question using your control panel, and then we'll see those questions and we'll try to answer them as they're coming in. It looks like most of us today, got a couple of meeting notifications there. It looks like most of us today are just using our computer microphone and speakers. So for most of us, that second option is going to be the better fit, where you type in your question and send your question in that way. With that, Paulino, I'm going to kind of make your screen the boss here.
Okay.
And you should get that little prompt on the screen where it says something about show my screen.
Yep, I've got that now.
Perfect, and I see your screen, so I'm going to let you take it away. And anytime I see questions, as long as you're okay with it, Paulino, I'll just kind of wait till you're transitioning to a different slide, and then we'll try to fit that question in. Is that okay?
Absolutely. I've kind of gone full screen with my computer here, so I'm not able to see when they come in. So if you just let me know if we get a question in, yeah, that'll be fine.
Perfect, perfect. Take it away. Thanks, Paulino. Maybe just some brief introductions too on your side.
Absolutely. I'm here with Janet Smith and Shane Macy. He actually created our presentation today, so I want to give him thanks for that. This is our second presentation. The last one that we did was with the Web Marketing eBlast, and this will be on the Bright Isle app that we have now. So using Bright Isle smartphone app, let's go through a few of the features of it, the importance of the app. One of the big things with Bright Isle is it expands the brand for your store, gets your logo out there in front of your customers, connect with your loyal customers, giving you another avenue to get your offers out in front of customers, provide them with additional value. So special offers that you're able to provide for your customers just through Bright Isle, and also enhance their shopping experience. So it does a lot more than just give you an avenue for providing offers, but it also gives you a way to provide them with videos, tutorials, extra services that your store might offer, and a lot more than just coupons. How Bright Isle app works. So here at the bottom of the app, we have our navigation keys that we're going to go through. The first one that we see here is the ads button. When your customers click on that, they're going to get taken over to see basically the ads that are available for your store. Here we have our Presto site where we can see that there's a 1-day sale, a weekly ad, and a 3-day sale available. Clicking on one of those pulls up the ad itself so we can go ahead and browse through it. There's also a coupons button. When your customers click on that coupons button, it's going to pull up any coupons that are available on your website. These are basically pulled from your website's online ads, and these are displayed in the Bright Isle app for your customers. There's also an Add to My Coupons button that they can click on. Doing that, it basically saves the coupon to their coupon section. So when they're at checkout, they can click on My Coupons, and it pulls up any coupons that they've saved so they're ready to use at checkout. We also have digital coupons that will be coming out in 2016. Once we get those ready to go, we'll definitely be letting people know and giving you all the information on how those work. There's also a recipe section. This is kind of similar to on the website. We have a database with about 7,000 recipes that are available for your customers to click on. They're able to browse and search through these recipes. If they see one that they like, they can click on the plus sign here, and that opens it up so they can see the directions and all the ingredients. There's also some plus signs here that work with the next section, which is for the shopping list. When they go to their shopping list, if they have a coupon up, they can click on those plus signs to add the ingredients to their shopping list. At the bottom of each recipe, there's also an add all to shopping list. Clicking on that obviously is going to add all of the ingredients to the shopping list. And there's also an option at the top where they can go ahead and type in items and quantity for any additional items they want to add into the shopping list as well.
Hey, Paulino?
Yeah.
I'm going to have you back up for just a moment because I did get a question from Tabitha, and it might be a statement. I don't know if you can do this because I know you're not really live on the phone, but she just wants to know if you can show just a little bit more or talk about a little bit more how to select coupons to show up in the coupon section.
Absolutely. Going back to the coupon section, these are coupons that are pulled directly from the website. So if you've gone into Service Desk and you've actually created coupons that show up on the website, these will be the online coupons. These are the ones that are going to show up in the app.
Not the ones from the ad.
Right, not coupons from the ad. It's store-created coupons that they're able to create, and they display on the website and then also in the app. Does that answer the question okay?
She has another one. Are the coupons different from the eBlast coupons?
Yes. eBlast coupons are the ones that are sent out to all of your subscribers through email. Those don't actually show up on the website. They're through email only. So the ones that are going to display here are only online coupons that you're creating in Service Desk that display both on the website and also in the ad. These aren't emailed out to customers. They're for display only on the website and in the ad, on the app, excuse me.
And she says, yep, that clears it up. Thank you, Paulino.
Absolutely. Okay, so this was the recipe section, the shopping list, where they're able to add in the ingredients and also items from the recipes, as well as typing in items that they'd like to add to their shopping list. Going to the next button, we've got our subscribe button here, which lets your customers go ahead and fill in their information. They put in their name, their email, and hit subscribe. Once they do that, they get a confirmation email that they've subscribed to your mailing list, and they'll be included in all future mailings for your store. At the bottom, there's also a scan button. This scan button actually lets customers go ahead and scan the UPC code on products in their pantry or the refrigerator to add those also to their shopping list. So they can go ahead and just scan the barcode, and once they do that, it's going to add those items into their shopping list. There's a call button at the bottom of the screen. When they click that, it's going to go ahead and dial the store phone number and call the store directly. And there's also a store info button. When they click on that, they're going to see the store information such as the store hours, address, and it also gives them a link to a map that they can click on to get directions to the store as well. The Smart Zone button here in the middle, that basically is when you click on that, it gives us access to the Smart Zone features of the app. The big one, of course, is the beacons. We're able to set up beacons in your store. When we send the beacons out to you and you set those up in your store, the way that works is basically once you have the beacons purchased, you install them by simply plugging them into a standard outlet. You place those throughout your store, and we're able to set up a perimeter or a zone around these beacons. That zone, basically, once it's created, is going to allow your customers, once they're walking through your store, once they enter this zone, it's going to send the promotion to their phone as they go through the store. Once they get to the checkout, they can go ahead and show those offers to the cashier to check out with those particular offers. There's also the NFC cards. These are for NFC-enabled phones. When we send the cards out to you, we're able to tie promotions to these. So if someone has an NFC-enabled phone, they can tap there at the bottom with the NFC chip, and that promotion is going to get sent over right to their phone. For customers that don't have an NFC-enabled phone, there's also a QR code on these cards as well, and the QR code allows them to use that scan button to go ahead and scan the QR code to pull that promotion onto their phone. So they can either tap it or go ahead and scan the QR code. We have push notifications as well. Push notifications basically work where you're able to push out a message or an offer to anyone who's actually downloaded BrightIsle and has registered with your store. And they don't even need to be in your store. So this is kind of similar to sending out a text message, but it gives you a lot more options because it also allows you to include things like links, videos, and photos, things that we're not able to do with text message. Kind of just recapping the way that you would use these. The beacons are great for using for offers and coupons for people that are already in your store, for complimentary items, you know, once they're in your store, additional items that they can add on. NFC and QR codes. These are a little bit more interactive, so these are really great for doing links to product websites. So maybe if you want to highlight the website for one of your local growers, maybe do some videos, link to certain websites on YouTube, you're able to do that with the NFC cards. And the push notifications are for sending out notices to people who aren't even in your store yet. So you can do limited time store events, free events, things to really draw people in. As far as ordering beacons and cards for your store, we have a kit available. The kit is for $250, and that's going to include 4 beacons and 10 NFC cards. You can also buy them individually. We have the beacons for $50 and $5 per card. As far as marketing the BrightIsle app, letting your customers know that it's actually out there and available for them. There's in-store signage that you can get. And I know that this is available through the AFM Sign Shop. They're able to get the in-store signage for you. Of course, putting a mention of the ad in your weekly ad is a great way to get it out in front of your customers. E-blast notification that we're able to send out to all of your subscribers. We have one available we can send out for you for $25, and it goes to all your subscribers to let them know about BrightIsle. Website marketing. We also have a homepage slide that we can put on the homepage of your website to let people know about it. That's available for $10. We can put that right on the homepage. If you've got digital signage through us, I'm able to go ahead and get the digital signage signage for you to put in there and to let people know as they walk through your store that the app's available. And then also doing in-store demos. I think that's probably a great way to really give a hands-on experience on it and really showing people how it works. You can do it with beacons in your store so they can see how they get notifications on the phone. Also with an NFC card so they can actually scan that code or tap it on their phone to get the notifications. So that way when they're walking through your store, they know exactly how those work. We also have an option of customizing BrightIsle. If you want to have it customized for your store, we can do that for you. We can take your store logo, we customize the colors, you can name it whatever you'd like, so it wouldn't be BrightIsle, it would be your own custom app. You would be the only store on there, of course. With BrightIsle, it has all the AFM store locations, but these customized apps would be your location only. There's a one-time fee of $750, and that would include all of your locations. As far as setting up notifications for the beacons and NFC cards, Right now, we're kind of in the trial period for it, so all of those notifications are set up free through us. Once we launch our new Solution Center, there will be a $25 charge per month, and you'll be able to set up as many notifications as you'd like. So you can go in and change the beacon notifications every day if you'd like for that $25 fee. As far as getting started, setting up the notifications through WebHelp. If you don't have beacons ordered yet or NFC cards and you'd like to get them ordered, you can definitely contact us and we'll get them sent out to you. Once you have them and you're going to set up notifications, you can send us an email either at webhelp@mediasolutionscorp.com, or of course just give us a call at area code 480-639-1200. And that's our presentation for Bright Isle. And if we have any more questions, Rob, we'll be glad to answer those.
Yeah, I got a couple right away, and I'll let people go ahead and start to flow some questions into us. There were a couple more questions that came in about coupons after you had already transitioned away from it a little bit, so I'm gonna bounce back to those real quick, Paulino.
Sure.
A question from Emily. She'd like to know, after you add coupons to the My Coupons page, how do you delete them from there?
Actually, as of right now, there's not a delete button in there. I actually talked with one of our developers last week about that, and he's working on putting that in. Right now, it's basically once they expire, they'll get removed, but they are working on an option to have an actual manual removal button in there, probably in a future update soon.
So if they did have one, they could probably just call into the MSC and have it removed by a technician on the line?
Oh, I'm not actually even sure if we're able to remove it on the back end here. Right now, it's basically just once it expires, it gets removed.
Okay.
I'll double check on that to be sure and let you guys know. But they are working, like I said, on a future version to have a removal button in there.
Okay, and when I provide you with all the information after the webinar, I'll make sure to point out to you, Paulino, Emily and Emily's question so that you can reach out to Emily to get that answered for her.
Absolutely.
Mike would like to know, and I think I know the answer to this. This to me almost sounds a little bit more like a request, but when you use the scan functionality in the Bright Isle,
yes.
He wants to know if it's available right now to search through the app for applicable coupons. So somehow having the scan feature tied to the coupon, and I might be asking that incorrectly, but hopefully you kind of get an idea of what he's trying to ask, Paulino.
Sure. Yeah, as of right now, that's not built into there, but it's definitely a suggestion that we can make as far as maybe seeing if that's something that could work into a future version. So once they scanned a particular item, let's say milk in the refrigerator, it would then scan to see if there's a coupon available. Is that what we're asking?
Well, that's my understanding, and Mike, please weigh in if that's kind of where we're going with that. But I think that's kind of what they're looking for. So I guess the answer is right. You know, it doesn't exist, but it's something we might be able to look at in the future.
Exactly.
And we'll kind of just park. Well, here's another question. Okay, Rhonda says that she has the app today on her phone, and they have 3 beacons set up in the stores, and they're all set up with offers. When she enters the store, she's only getting one of the beacon notifications, and she'd like to know, shouldn't she be seeing all 3 of them?
She definitely should. Now, when we set up the beacons, we are able to, when we set up the zone around each beacon, we can set up that to be a certain distance. It's not an exact science, but it's usually between 10 to 50 feet. Somewhere in between there, we can set it up. So if she's not getting a notification for a certain beacon, we may need to increase the range on it. And we also want to make sure that we go into the My Offers section to make sure it hasn't triggered before, because you'll only get a beacon notification once. It's not going to trigger multiple times. So if you're in the store one day and you get a notification, if you come back the next day, it's not going to resend that same notification for you.
You have to clear it out.
Yeah, you're able to clear it, and then if you clear it, it'll send it again. But we want to make sure it's not already sent to her.
And there is also the additional function of the beacon scanning is that it doesn't scan continuously while your phone is running. It would drain the battery if it scanned constantly. So what it does is it does a scan and then it waits an interval, and I don't remember if it's a minute or a couple of minutes. It just
It's delay.
Yeah, it checks periodically to see if there is a beacon nearby, to preserve your phone's battery life and to keep it from draining out too fast. So it's possible, I don't know how fast she's moving through the store to go around to check them, but it's possible that if she's going too quickly in between those from one to the other, that it also might not be checking at that interval. We have it timed more for, people who are casually walking through the store, as they pass one item and they shop for a little while, they'll come to another one with that sort of intent. But if you were just moving through quicker than that to check it, it may be running by them too fast.
Yeah, might not be given enough time to trigger the next one.
Okay, thanks, guys. Ron would like to know: is there any metrics tied to Bright Isle? Is there a way to keep track of how many folks are using the application?
Not on a per store basis. Basically, we're able to see how many people have downloaded it, but that's obviously everybody who's downloading it. Really, it would only be if it was customized. Then we'd be able to see how many people have downloaded it for a certain store. But there's not really a metric we can provide for on a store level for each person using Bright Isle.
Okay, thank you. And a question from Mike: can the ad dates be shown under the Ads tab? And Paulino, I don't remember when you covered that, but hopefully that question makes sense to you and you kind of know where he's going with that.
Yeah, that would be good. Let me pull that up actually here.
And maybe this is another request if it's something that doesn't exist today.
Okay, so here's the weekly ad as it comes up on the app. So we have at the top here, it'll say weekly ad or 1-day sale, and then the dates that it's valid for right below that. Is there another place? And then they would also be able to.
Well, Mike, I think Mike can see that, and if he's looking for something different, he may have to put in a request. But right now, that's the only place where the dates are displayed. You have to go into the ad, and then it's displayed at the top.
Exactly. Maybe he's wanting it over here where all the ads are displayed. Is that what he's thinking? On the first
I don't know.
or the middle screen?
Mike just responded back yes, so I'm not sure which question. I asked him lots. I'm not sure which question he's responding back to. But anyway, I think we answered his question. Donnell has a couple questions. First, which phones are compatible? Is it so maybe talk a little bit about compatibility between different phone operating systems.
Absolutely. No, that's actually a really great question. As far as Android phones, it would be for Android 4.3 and newer that are running Bluetooth 4.0. For iPhones, it's iPhone 4S and newer with iOS 7.0 or newer as well.
And if you would try to download the app, would there be some type of compatibility setting that might pop up and tell you that it's not going to run?
Not that I'm aware of, but when you actually click on the Smart Zone button, it actually does list the phone requirements on that screen. So you are able to see the requirements. I don't believe that it's actually going to flag it and give you a notification, but they are listed in the app there for everybody who looks at Smart Zone screen.
And yeah, it's just because the base functionality of the ad will work on any of the basically any phone. It's the beacons and
the NFC card.
Yeah, the NFCs are the features that require the newer phones. So if you have something older than that, you can download it and use the ads and use the coupons, that stuff. It's just the Smart Zone features won't work if it's something older than that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Donnell's second question, and the slide that you have up, I think, is the perfect one. She'd like to know how she can get her weekly ad and her 3-day ad separated, just like on your demo. And maybe I'll just take that one real quick and go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong. But all you have to do, I think, is request it, Donnell. If you're talking to Affiliated and we automatically post your weekly ad. But if you have another ad that you'd like posted, you just kind of need to request either through Affiliated or through MSC to have that ad posted. Did I kind of handle that okay?
Right. No, that's exactly right. Basically, if you have a 3-day ad, they just want to upload it separately. Just upload it as 2 different ads. So you upload your weekly ad as one ad, and then go ahead and upload the weekend sale or the 3-day ad separately, and then it'll display on the website and also in Bright Isle as separate ads. And it also gets emailed out, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they can do that themselves through Service Desk, correct?
Right, whoever's uploading their weekly ad will be able to do that. Yep.
Okay.
If we had to do it, we would have to charge, so it's always best to do it.
Yeah.
Whoever's
Gotcha.
handling.
Okay, here's let's see. Question from Rochelle. With the push notifications, you say it runs kind of like text messages. What type of offers would be ideal for the push notifications? And then kind of a 2-part question. It says, and it pops up the notification without the customer in the store, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, the push notifications are really kind of geared toward customers that are not in your store right now. So these are offers that are going to pull people into your stores. So yeah, definitely you want to have your best offers there, free items, limited time offers. They're going to actually pull people into your store.
And you want to, we recommend that you don't use it just for, like we say, like smaller items, stuff that's not as important, because you want to make sure that you keep this notification channel open with them. If you send too many things and they don't feel it's worth their time or it's a value to them, they can turn off the notification, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're giving them enough good stuff that they feel like it's worth it to get those notifications. So yeah, like we say, stuff that's a real limited time, something that's a good deal, something that they're going to be real interested in getting.
Make them hot, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see a couple of things from Mike here. First, it looks like Mike's interested in finding out how many subscribers he has. So I think a couple of ways they can do that. They can either call MSC or email MSC to find out that count. Is that correct, Paulino?
Absolutely.
All right, and then Mike's second question, and this goes back to the coupons, but can you talk a little bit about how they're separated or displayed? Is there any sort order? Like, is it by department or is it by date?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I believe, because on most, like with the weekly ads, they're posted in order that they're posted onto the website, and I believe that these will be the same way. If they have the same dates, it'll be by what order they were created on or put into the system when we create them. I'll have to double check on that though, just to be sure how they're actually listed on there.
Yeah, because all our demo coupons are a year, 2-year long.
Yeah.
Thing we just maybe have in the demo to look at, and they all have the same date, so I don't know what the sort.
Yeah.
What about the PLU?
I don't believe it's PLU code.
No, it's
not. We'll have to double check that, Rob, to see how they're sorted on there.
Okay, great. And then Mike.
The right answer.
And then Mike also wanted to know if he could include aisle location, and I'm assuming he can do that because he can word the coupon however he wants. So if he just said, come in today and find it in aisle 4, that can be done, correct?
Yeah, we actually have a few stores that do that now, and yeah, that's no problem. When they're submitting the coupon, in the description, they can just put in, located in the dairy section or located on aisle 4, whatever is going to help their customers out.
Okay, great. Keep them coming, guys. These are good questions. We're out of questions right now, but maybe we'll wait a couple more minutes to see if anybody wants us to cover anything else.
Right. While we're waiting to see if more questions come in, I just wanted to mention also, on our last webinar, we actually created, I had a few stores that contacted me and wanted kind of a summary with some of the examples that we had. And so I created that and sent that out to the stores that requested it. But if there's anybody else who might want that information, just contact us. And we'll also be doing that for this webinar with the Bright Owl app. We'll be putting together like a summary with the information that we included here. So if anybody wants that, they can contact us and we'll send it out once it's available.
Okay, great. Was there some contact information at the end of the presentation, Paulino?
Yeah, we've got our email address and phone number on there. I can pull that up here. There we go.
There we go. And if everybody could just maybe, if there was anything that we did not get answered today, or if you want to take up Paulino's offer and get some more materials from him, right there's your contact information to get that stuff done. I'll be sending out just so everybody knows, I'll be sending out, which is kind of customary with all of our webinars, a survey. So we'll be getting a survey out to you later today. So please take just a couple minutes to fill out the survey, get it back to us. We as a company, we always like to know how we're doing. Are we getting you the proper content? How did the presenters do today? Those types of questions. I think you guys did a great job today, Paulino. I do see another question here.
Okay.
Where do you go to do any of admin on the app? And this is a question from Paul.
Yeah, actually right now, to set up the notifications, you would have to either email those into us or give us a call. You can also even submit them in service desk just as a general request. Basically just get them to us and we set them up on our end. We are working on our new solution center that should be launching in the next month or two. And once we have that out, that's going to allow them to go in and do their own admin where they can set up the notifications themselves. And that's also when that fee comes in for the $25. They can do the unlimited notifications with that. For right now, since we're doing them, there's no fee for it. They can send in as many as they need and we'll take care of those. So the admin's coming soon, basically.
Okay, great. With that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap. I'm not seeing any more questions. Paulino, Janet, everybody on the MSC side, thank you very much for a great presentation today. I was looking forward to this one myself because I have the Bright Owl app, but I don't really have it tied to a store. I don't do a lot with it, so maybe this will kind of get me going as a consumer a little bit more.
Absolutely.
And thank you to everybody else on the line. Thanks for attending today, and have a great day.
Yep, thanks a lot, Rob.
Thank you.
All right, see you later.
Right at the top, green sharing arrow, yeah.